Hey guys, so since I'm on a roll, might as well make some more videos since I have the energy. I have been reading or watching all these YouTube videos and I've been getting downloaded, like I said, with false information. And I'm trying my best to stay focused because, I'm all over the place when I make these videos, but I think you learn a lot more that way. But I have allergies, so excuse it. I'm going to be doing that a lot. I was looking into cell salts, okay? Now, there's a video that I have that's called The Salts of Salvation. It's on my playlist. I'm going to see if I remember to put it in the link below, but if I don't, just look it up. And they talk about this. The relations of the mineral salts of the body to the sign of the zodiac by George W. Carey. And there's two books. This is the one that he wrote originally. It's a shorter book. It's $2.95 on Amazon. Then there's the big book that's 360 pages. It's about $30 on Amazon or $25. And it just explains more in depth. This actually goes into like the Egypt history, the Bible quotes, a bunch of other stuff. Like, you really need to know how to decipher and decode in order to read that and actually get everything. But it's just sometimes you read it and you're like, it's super long-winded. But if you go to like the last page or the last two pages, or sometimes it's the first 2 pages, it'll tell you what the actual diseases are for each zodiac. So basically what they're saying is that Jacob, who's actually Israel, who's the leader of the Israelites, so the 12 tribes of Israel, which are actually the zodiac signs, and they say that he was a twin and that he was chasing the heels of his brother. So you see how he's like chasing his heels. Like, these are all like interpretations and stories. And then you have the Jewish star, which some people say are the male and the female. Other people say that it's the what is it, Sri Yantra. It's, so that you can remember what the Sri Yantra is, and that it's a special symbol that reminds you that we are special etheric beings. The Sri Yantra is really interesting, but that's another video. Try to stay focused. So basically there's all these zodiacs, right? And there are 12 salts in the body. So the body's broken up into 12 sections, and then there's a salt that's equivalent to each section. And when your body is deficient in these salts, then that causes disease. Dis-ease. Get it? Dis-ease. And it has nothing to do with... I have really bad allergies. I'm allergic to my cat. Hi. Sorry. But I love her and I won't give her up. So basically what they're saying is that when you're deficient in one of these salts, then your body acts up and causes a disease. It has nothing to do with external factors. However, some of the external factors, this is just me speaking now. This is me. I believe some of the external factors cause the deficiency, which therefore causes the disease. And I think a lot of this stemmed from, this is me speaking, from after World War II. Hitler did all of those tests on the Jews in the concentration camps. He found a lot of stuff. And then when all the Nazi scientists got split up, they went to different parts of the world. They went all over. We got some in America. They went to Russia. They went to South America. And they shared their knowledge, which is why they started fluoridating the water in America, because they wanted to make the mind docile, calcify the pineal gland, blah, blah, blah. So what he's saying, going back to the book, okay, I just like to point out when it's my personal opinion versus what I've learned, that it'll tell you what the part of the body is. Like, so this is like the head. This would be like the neck. This would be the breast. This would, like this part would be like the solar plexus and so on and so forth. If you take these certain salts, you can balance your body and you can trigger your body. And I've been saying this in some of my videos, if you watch, that we all have a way to heal ourselves. We just have to figure out how. And I'm getting into homeopathic medicine. I think I'm going to be a homeopathic healer. I think that's more what I resonate with than what I'm doing now with my life. That you take these salts and then you balance your life out and you balance out your entire system, in addition to whatever you need to do to fix the disease. And you basically restart your body to heal itself. Now that's very interesting because I was watching Dolores Cannon and she said we have the ability to heal ourselves, but if you take something out, like with surgery, you can't fix something that's not there. which kind of makes me screwed because I just had knee surgery on both knees and a back and a neck procedure. So I'm trying not to believe that. I believe that we can still fix ourselves and that the body will just regenerate. So let's just go on that. But this guy is saying that when he cremated a body, after cremation, what was left were these 12 salts. So he believes that the body is made up of these 12 salts. So he did a lot of research and studying, and he broke it down into this. And so I'm a Cancer, and it says that I need calcium fluoride. Now, it's not the fluoride that's in the water, which is sodium fluoride or some other types of fluoride. This is a different kind of fluoride. And then that is specifically for breast, stomach, and spleen. I know I have thyroid issues, so I also wanted to get the one for the throat, which would be, and I did buy that. I bought the one, they have cell salts that you can order online that has all 12 of them, which I ordered. And then I bought the one specifically for my zodiac so that I can take that extra in addition to, because I believe that that will help me with balancing my system. And it's interesting because you can watch this video now, which is October 23rd, 2018 at 12:34 a.m. And we'll see how I progress going forward. With that, I'm also doing Elipotec, but okay, just focus. So it's a problem that I have, but I don't think it's a problem. I think it's a good thing because you learn more when I'm all over the place and when I just stick to one subject, because then I can only talk to you for so long. You know, at least when I jump all over the place, you're learning a little bit of everything. And then you can do more research on your own. So that's what this book is about. And I actually wanted to shout out to somebody that I know. I knew somebody who was losing their hair and had big bumps on their head. And it's interesting because they were a Sagittarius. And so this book only tells you, you know, the basics. This book breaks it down. And so when I read Sagittarius, they need silica, or not silica, silicea. C-I-L-I-C-E-A. And you look up cell salts, they have two types. They have 6X, they have 6X, 30X, and 30. So 6X is what you start with. They give you like 500 or 1,000 pills. You put it under your tongue, you let it dissolve. Some people will put like 5 or 6. Some people will put a few. It depends on you and your dosage and what you need. I'm a very big woman. I consider myself a giant. So I always take double whatever the recommended dosage is because there's more to cover. And the recommended dosage in anything, even cough medicine or whatever, doesn't work for me. I'm 6 feet tall. I weigh 240 pounds right now. I'm being honest because the whole point is to show you if this works. And it's a lot. So I take more than that. But if you if you buy the 30X, it's not. It's interesting because they say that less is more, so it's better to take the smaller dosage, and then you can take it in multiple dosages if you need it, than to take one big dose. So think of it like that. Okay, so with Sagittarius, this is really interesting. It says that, and the whole point of these salts is that if you're born under this sign, you tend to deplete this salt quicker than other people. So you deplete it quicker, so then you need more of it. And that's why they designate that one to your sign. Some of the major symptoms this is for Sagittarius. Some of the major symptoms arising from insufficient silicea or silicea, I don't know how you're going to say it, are mental abstraction, despondency and disgust with life, lumps or nodules on the scalp, falling of hair, which my other friends who are Sagittarius all suffer from, or splitting of hair ends, styes on the eyelids, lacrimal fistula, boils and cystic tumors around the ears, cataract, dullness of hearing with swelling and catarrh of the eustachian tubes. Daily injections of silica are also needed for the swelling and the catarrh of the eustachian tubes. So that needs extra silicea. That's what I'm going to call it. Caries of the bone, mastoid process, catarrh or with thick discharge, or yellow matter, fetid, F-E-T-I-D, fetid, offensive discharge, caries of the necrosis of the bone or face and jaw, gum boils, pyorrhea, hardening of the tongue, ulcers on the tongue, ulceration of the throat, tonsillitis, abscess of the liver, suppuration of the kidneys, urine loaded with pus and mucus, chronic syphilis, prostatitis, chronic gonorrhea, leukorrhea, hard lumps on the breast, fistulous ulcers, tuberculosis, pneumonia, bronchitis, neglected injuries, festering and threatening to support, hip joint disease, carbuncles, fetid perspiration of the feet, obstinate neuralgia occurring at night, when neither heat nor cold gives relief, copious night sweats, insufficient perspiration, sleeplessness from orgasm of blood, jerking of the limbs during sleep, etc., etc. But the interesting thing is, of all the signs, Sagittarius has the most. Like with Cancer, it's basically just, breast and stomach issues and spleen. And then they said in this book that not in this lifetime, but maybe in the next 2 lifetimes, we're really going to learn what the spleen is supposed to do, and what properties it has that we're ignoring and that we don't realize. It's fascinating. But a lot of it is just really difficult to read. It's like the Bible. I'm not ready to read the Bible because I believe the Bible is a key, and you have to know enough to learn how to decipher it. And I don't want to read it and then have my own beliefs when there actually is a way to decipher it. And I'm kind of learning how to decipher that code. So I'm kind of staying away from it for now. But this is kind of like the Bible in that sense, that you need to kind of know enough to decipher this code. But it's really interesting, really, really, really interesting book. I really believe in homeopathic medicine and healing. I've always said that. My dad always told me when I was a kid, if you have a headache, never take pills, just take a nap. He's like, don't take pills for anything, ever. Don't do it. And I didn't. The only time I think I've ever taken pills for anything is antibiotics when obviously I had like bronchitis or something, which I don't get anymore, which is interesting because ever since I've gone on this journey, I don't really get sick. I have allergies because I have a cat. I'm kind of like inducing the allergies. But I also got the cat to help me combat the allergies. But when I had this knee surgery, the last one, I had really, really, really bad reaction. I ended up going to the emergency room and they told me to double up on the medication that they gave me. And that's the only time I've ever taken pain medication. I don't believe in taking pain medication, and I want to share this with people. Because if you take pain medication, you can't feel if you're getting better. You don't know. And you're more likely to do something to hurt yourself because you don't feel it. And then later on, you're like in excruciating pain when you stop taking the medicine because you messed up whatever it was because you couldn't feel it. Whereas if you can feel it, you'll know if you're getting better. You also know when you messed it up. And, you're not masking it. So I'm really against pain medication unless you were like me screaming for 2 hours in the emergency room. You were like, oh my God. And literally for 2 hours, not stopping screaming. They thought I was like crazy. They gave me like 5 different types of like pain medications. They gave me morphine. They gave me iodormo. They gave me codeine. They gave me, what's that thing called that everybody takes? It's like an opioid. I can't remember. And then they gave me something else. And then I started to come down. That's how much pain I was in. It was horrible. I was literally screaming for 2 hours. I never stopped. Even when they were asking me questions, it was horrible. It was the most pain I've ever been in my life. But after that, I stayed on medication for a week. I felt like a zombie, and then I stopped. And I haven't taken anything since. So now I'm all about healing from within. And I feel like stumbling upon this is going to be a huge help when people tell me what's wrong with them, and then I could be like, oh, take this cell salt, and I could refer it to them, and then we'll see if that works. But I do believe that everything that we need is out there. Everything that's derived for pharmaceutical industry was derived from something natural, and the only reason that they have to create these synthetics is because you cannot put a patent on something that was made by God. You cannot put a patent on something that occurs naturally in the earth. So they mimic it, they create the synthetics, and then they market it to you. But it originated from something. So, it's all about knowledge and information. If you don't want to do that, then you go to someone like me or someone else, and, we'll tell you what to do. But right now I'm actually going to go look up homeopathic schools because I'm actually going to sign up. I think I'm going to go and get certification for that. And, so I hope this helped, and I hope that this reaches the people that it's meant to reach, and that some people that are ailing from something can figure out what salt to take, and then when they take it, that they actually start getting better. I pray that you guys find joy, love, light, and your calling, because I know that it's really difficult when you feel like you're just walking around doing nothing. All right, guys, rock and roll. Bye.